team members or anybody related with during the course of this meeting to kindly say hi to them, reach out to them, and tell them the meeting is starting up in 2 minutes. Okay, thank you very much for your patience, everyone. So, with no time wasted, let's kickstart with today's session. So, on Monday, we had an overview of the Nigerian equities market, which was taken by Joshua Fidelis. On Tuesday, we took a fundamentals of stock analysis and trading strategy, which session was taken by Olayemi Ogunbade. And yesterday, we took leveraging opportunities in the outside world and within the trading. And also yesterday, we took a session leveraging opportunities within and outside of Viva Securities. So today's session would be insights from a seasoned trader, which will be taken by our wonderful and amiable MD of Viva Securities Limited. So with no time wasted, I'm going to read up the profile of Miss Adejoke Ganiu. So Adejoke Ganiu is the acting managing director and executive director at Viva Securities Limited, a SEC-sponsored chartered stockbroker with over 13 years in the Nigerian capital markets. Our expertise spans stockbroking, asset management, fund management, securities operations, fintech, and regulatory compliance. He has a consistent track record of driving operational efficiency, streamlining fund administration, strengthening internal controls, and leading digital transformation in regulated environments. Grounded in deep knowledge of SEC and NGX frameworks, Mrs. Ganil holds a science background and an MBA in finance and is currently completing the senior management program Centenary cohort at the Lagos Business School. So please, if your hands are not so busy, if kindly like give a virtual clap for Madam Adejoke Ganil on this call, who is going to take us on the session Insights from a Seasoned Trader. So Ma, over to you, Ma.
Thank you, Shagun. Please help me with my slide. Good afternoon, dear participants. Like Shagun rightly read my profile, my name is Adejoke Ganiu, and I'm the acting MD of Viva Securities. I'm glad to welcome you to day 4 of this training, which is a prerequisite to the trading competition itself. I'm not just glad to welcome you, I'm fulfilled to be one of the traders, one of the brokers committed to financial literacy and informing younger generation of wealth creation, especially in the capital market space. I've made this presentation very short, readable, understandable, and then you can go back to it. It's pretty straightforward, but I'll be relating it each point sometimes in our conversation with real life scenarios. Next slide, please. Help me with the next slide. What you need to find out in this presentation is I will introduce you to the market, what you need to know the risk, the trading psychology, the emotional discipline, common mistakes you can make, strategies you can put in place, your learning curves, and then question and answers. So trading is not in financial markets is often perceived as a quick path to wealth creation, wealth generation. People believe that, oh, if I can invest in securities, if I can buy stocks, I will make money easily. Yes, is that easy? But it's not also that easy. If you are not disciplined, if you are not patient, if you are not emotionally intelligent, you have to be emotionally disciplined. You must control your emotions. Next slide, please. What do you need to know? One of the most important lessons in trading is that markets are not, markets is dynamic and often unpredictable. There are various factors that affect the market. Economic data, political events, company performance, investor sentiment, and not just that, demand and supply as well. All this, you need to know how to make your researches, factoring in all these multiple factors to ensure you are making the best decision. The market is not perfect, like I rightly said. You must be ready to respond to the signal. When the market, I hope I'm communicating, I hope people are there to listen. I'm not just speaking. Am I too fast? Okay, correct. I can see thumbs up. Okay. Okay, thank you. So what you need to know is that market stock prices are dependent on multiple factors. Falayami said that, I think 2 days ago. It's dependent on economic data, political data, investor sentiment, demand and supply. When you get to the market, if the ask price is more than the bid price, it will close strongly. If the bid price is lower, it's both ways. So if people are demanding to buy those a particular stock and the people wanting to buy are more than the people selling, definitely that market will close strong. That stock price will close very strong. It's just basically like the normal market transaction. When you want to buy fuel and fuel is not available, you know the next stop, the price will increase because they know it's scarce. It's just basic economic information, so to speak. So you need to know when the market is not perfect. You need to know how to respond to signals. You need to know when the market is bullish. When the market is bullish, I know being bullish is when the market is on the good side, is on the positive side. When it is bearish, you also need to know what to do. Know the importance of timing and patience. Know when to buy, when to hold. And let me relate this to a scenario once in my career. I once used don't laugh at me. I was younger in my career then, but I actually made a very good decision. I bought Fort Oil. It became Adova later in life, and then later it became a private company. It's no more listed. I bought Forte Oil. I bought alongside with some of my colleagues. It was my house rent. I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Sorry, please let me put my phone on silence. For Forte Oil, it was my rent due, and I didn't want to lose money. I was rather looking for extra I can make from it so that I can have something to give for myself. So I bought Fort Oil. And you know, I'm jobbing. I was jobbing. I was one in the jobbing role. And I wasn't a trader then. I was jobbing. I was executing clients' mandates for the trader to properly execute on the NGX, on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So I bought Fort Oil. I was looking at it. On week 2, I need to exit. I'm already 50%. My other friend said, me, I'm not ready to exit. This stock will still go higher than this. I just took my decision because it was my rent money. I didn't want to lose money. I sold it. The next day it went up. I was like, oh, why did I sell? I told you yesterday, this stock is still going to go higher. She waited for a long time. She was there in the stock. The stock started going down. She then start buying more to average down her price to a price she can exit and make a break-even price, a break-even more value. But then I was like, oh, if she had I had already sold, I was regretting, oh, why did I sell? I would have made double of my rent money. But she actually lost. She lost out to the market. She didn't sell it at a break-even point. She rather sold it. I didn't even know if she actually went out of it before it became Andova, and then before the stock became a private company. So these are the things you should know. Know when to respond to the market, know when to exit to the market. Please go to the next slide, Shegun. You know, I have to rush through this slides because I have another meeting in a few minutes. So the next thing you need to know is the next skill that you need to master is the risk management skill. Like Olayemi rightly said 2 days ago, he said, trade your plan and plan your trade. The first thing you should bear in mind is capital preservation. Don't be too quick to put all your eggs in one basket. Oh, I'll buy, because MTN is gaining, I'll use all the money to buy MTN. If MTN goes down, it means your portfolio is going down. You need to be able to diverse your portfolio. Don't invest in just one stock. Sit down, look at the risk, invest in smaller percentage. Use your stop loss limits. And that's what I did when I put my house rent. I was like, if I make 20%, I'll go out. I didn't go out at 20%. I waited for a while. I went out at 50%. If you are not disciplined, if you are not emotionally intelligent and then decisive that, oh, I won't be ready in the next few minutes. I'm in the training. If you are not emotionally intelligent, if you are not disciplined, you will think, oh, the stock will keep going up. Shegun and I know that the trend in this market, it doesn't last forever. You can be 10% up today, 10% up the next day, 10%, and you can go 10% down. And if you are not careful, if you are in a large cap stock, it can distort your portfolio. But you need to know that you need how to plan your trades, know the minimum risk you can bear, put in your stop loss Excel. I'm going to share an Excel sheet with you guys, so where you can put your trade. If I sell at this price, what will I be making? At what percentage will I be going out? I'll share that with you on the group. Make use of it. Diversify your investments. Let it be across board. Don't just stay in one stock and say, oh, bear in mind, the first thing you should bear in mind is capital preservation. And I'll be happy to onboard individuals that want to mirror their portfolio. It means that you are managing this portfolio for your portfolio, your competition portfolio well. You can mirror it to make profit for yourself. So if you have bought, yes, you might not have so much money, but if the little you have, if you invest it and you can mirror your portfolio, if your portfolio is doing 50%, your ever competition portfolio is doing 50%, it means that you are also doing 50% individually. So you learn to manage to draw your risk plan, map how you want to trade, put your stop loss position, diversify your investment. Without proper risk management, even the best strategy, I can see your strategy, they're all beautiful. But if you don't put your risk map in place, if you don't draw your stop loss position, if you are not emotionally disciplined, or if you are saying it's 10% up today, or it will go to 20% tomorrow. If you don't strictly say, when we make 50% of our capital, we'll go out and we'll reinvest in another stock, the approved stock. So you don't have to wait till just keep trading, be active. Don't trade anyhow because charges will also erode your capital if you are not careful. If you trade frequently, charges will erode your capital. So draw your portfolio, put in your risk strategy, diversify your portfolio, and then I am very sure you'll be ready to make good use of your portfolio. Next slide, please, Shegun. So one of the biggest challenges in trading is managing your emotions. Like I mentioned, my friend did not manage her emotions. She wanted to and she was a little bit greedy. Yes, she has this risk appetite because yes, she has traded some stocks that she predicted, and then it got to her own stop loss position. But so many times it will get to a stop loss position, she'll still say, oh, I want to go further. And then the trend in the market doesn't last forever. That's one thing you should bear in mind. Be emotionally disciplined to avoid panic selling. Know when to wait for right opportunities. Not every opportunity in the market is correct. Is the right opportunity to pick up. You have to be patient. Don't be too confident, because if you have, I'm very sure it's Access stock, it's Zenith shares, it's Dangote refinery. Yes, market information can impact it. Economic situation can impact it. Political decision can impact it, especially oil stock. Even a Trump decision, a Trump statement can affect the market. If foreign investors are pulling out, it's going to affect the market. So be emotionally disciplined, be patient, know the right time to wait for right opportunities, be confident without overconfidence. And you should also understand that fear can cause missed opportunity. If you say, we bought Dangote cement yesterday, we went down. Let's wait. Let's not buy anything today. You might be missing an opportunity if you don't speculate well. Don't be too greedy, because greed can lead to excessive risk taking. Impulsive decision can also help you. It can also lead you to a loss position. Remember, capital preservation rather, is key. Maintaining a calm and rational mindset is essential for long-term success. Always be careful, preserve your capital first before taking decision. Next slide, Shane. What are the common mistakes that is made in the market? I remember Olayemi saying that don't follow market hype. It is very, very important. Unverified tips. I can let you know, some traders will go to social media and tell you to go and buy. He already have stocks that he wants to sell, especially when they are trending. He already has stock that he wants to sell. He will dump it on you guys because he already said, oh, I have this ZG stock. Or just for example, I'm not implicating any stock. Oh, I have a JK stock. Okay, let me go out there to social media and tell people to go and buy and give them analysis that he is the only one that is privy to. You have not made your own findings. You have not factored in your economical data. You have not verified your market information. You have not looked at the demand and supply of that stock. You will just go there and provide sale at a part. You go in at market price. He's already put a particular price because he has told you to go and buy. You go in and just buy. The stock will be there on you. The next day when you get to the market, there is no buyer. You want to exit, you cannot exit. So don't follow market hype, unverified tips. Don't overtrade. Those are the common mistakes you make. Don't overtrade in a particular stock. Sit down. Your strategies are beautiful. The stocks you have chosen, yes, we approved them because we are sure they are stocks that are liquid. Also, put a little bit of your own strategy. Do a little bit of more research. Draw your risk plan. Your control your stop loss position. Determine it. Sit between yourself. Don't just start trading. Put in strategies. We are going to buy at this price. We are going to sell at this price. If we sell at this price, we'll be making more money. We'll go into another stock. We have pre-approved stocks for you. Just sit down, strategize, do a little bit of research. If you need information, if you need market data, we can supply you with market data, price history, and the likes of it. We can supply you with market data so that you can put, and you know what? I love this, your generation. Life is very easy. Put all this information in AI, Gemini, Cloud, Grok. Put it on AI. It will bring out the analysis in 5-10 minutes. Then you now sit down to analyze. You now do your own human analysis to see, okay, what AI said here is logical. It might go up because of due to this, due to this. You don't just solely take AI's position. And your prompt must be always very, 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 you must prompt AI tightly so that you are restricting it to the stocks you are buying, to your environment. So it's factoring all those factors in the analysis is giving you. Don't follow market hypes, don't overtrade, make your research, draw your risk plan. I'll advise you briefly, develop your own strategy. Avoid making emotional decisions. I'm echoing. Someone in the room. Thank you. Avoid making emotional decisions. Learn continuously from both success and failures. If you, for example, I've learned from my own friends' failure. I've also made some mistakes in the past that I will not repeat. And that will not stop me from making another decision. I will still trade in those stocks that I made mistakes from. That I make mistakes from. Next slide, please. So how do you plan your trade? Successful trading is not based on luck, but by well-defined strategy. Prepare your trading plan. I have been saying it from the beginning. Use a combination of all those analyses, fundamental analysis, technical analysis. Know when to enter and exit trades. If you see that a stock is going up, it might have gotten to its peak when you are entering. The stock, if you see that the stock is underpriced, is not trading at, I can tell you for free that Access is underpriced because is one of the first 5 banks. They call them Fugas. First Bank, UBA, GTB, Access, and Zenith. If you look at Access is not trading where its peers is trading. So you know, if you sit down to do the analysis properly, and mind you, is an old co, is a hold co rather. Is trading at 26 naira. Is between 26 naira and 20. If you want to buy, it's for a long-term buy. It's a long-term buy. It's not today's buy. It's not for the competition buy. It's a long-term buy. So because I'm also committed to enlightening the younger generation about wealth creation. If you have some fund somewhere, you are not using your idle fund, it is good to trade with your idle fund if you want to wait for a long time. And buy Access and keep. I'll be willing to open trading accounts for you guys and see you in the future that, oh, I got this knowledge from somewhere, Ava Securities, and you will not forget that I told you this. Trading requires strategy. Plan your trade, trade your plan, look at the fundamental analysis, the technical analysis, know when to enter a trade, know when to exit. Not every opportunity is worth taking. Consistency is more important than occasional big wins. Capital preservation. I cannot remind you enough. Next slide, please. Shall I go next slide? Next slide. Learning from experience is one of the most valuable assets. Like I mentioned to you, My friend, I am not sure she sold Forte Oil stocks until they went back to being a private company. And what that means is if you're an equity holder, if you're a shareholder, you take the biggest risk in the company. They will pay debt holders. If a company is going into extinction, they don't want to be in existence anymore, they will consider the debt holders first. If you borrow them money, they must pay you first. Excuse me, they will pay you first before they pay the equity owner. So shareholders are always the last people. If there is money to share, they will give you. If there is no money, you took the risk. So I'm not sure she she exited Forte Oil until they went back being private, because Adova is no more listed. And she can, what that means is she has lost that money forever. So learn from losses rather than fear them. Adapt to changing market conditions. Continuously improve your strategies. Don't use one strategy. When you use this one and it works, keep it somewhere. Make use of it some other time. Develop new strategies to trading. Ultimately, trading success comes from experience and ability to remain constant despite market uncertainties. What are the key takeaways from this slide, from this presentation? Protect your capital at all time, capital preservation. Control your emotions. Follow a clear trading plan. Learn from your mistakes. I made some mistakes in the past too. Be patient and be disciplined. Know when the market is bullish. Know when to enter into a stock. Entering in stock means know when to buy, know when to hold, and know when to sell. Thank you. If you have questions for me, I'll be willing to respond to your questions.
Thank you very much, Acting MDMA, for that very awesome session. So you know how we do these things by now. If you have a question, please just raise your hand. If you have a question, please just raise your hand. But before we proceed to taking a when the market experienced a circuit breaker, well,
I can
people
hear you.
within the cost of the competition. Hello, can you hear me, ma?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much, ma, for the confirmation. I said just to add up to the gist that's been going around from inside. So there was a time last year when the whole market experienced a circuit breaker within the course of last year, where a new fundamentals broke out, and the next day the market crashed down by a whole whopping 5%. So the people that took position during that time were the positions some teams took within that time stood the test of that time. It's eliminated quite a number of teams out of the competition, whilst just one particular team stayed on top till the end of that particular competition. So I could keep something for what my MD has just said, reward and risk. So you just need to structure your baskets pretty well. You need to structure your basket pretty well. So as some of experiences I've had would say, they'll say the stock market is not your father's house, as they say. So it's not a place you come and play around, you faff around, and you believe that emotions, sentiments will play. So I'll just implore everyone to review the basket of portfolios again, look into future policies that could play out within the course of the year that can better put you in a better position within your holdings. So we'll go straight into questions. So please, if you have a question, use the hand icon. Let's take questions now. Oh, Daniel Ben, thank you. So Daniel Ben, please kindly ask your question.
Okay, good afternoon, Ma. Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon.
Yes, Ma. I really appreciate your insights on common mistakes. So I want to ask, Ma, how do you undo losses psychologically, Ma?
Psychologically, you say.
Yes, Ma.
Okay, so I will take it from the trading end. From the trading end, if you buy a stock and the price is going down, I mean it's reducing. Maybe let's say you bought at 1 naira 50 kobo, and your break even, your WAC will be, your charges will also going to impact that price to a particular amount. That's the NGX and the statutory charges, so to speak, will impact the price. So if you are buying at 1 naira 50 kobo, your weighted average might be like 1 naira 65 kobo thereabout, just for example. If you bought the stock at 1 naira 50 kobo, your weighted average price is 1 naira 65 kobo, and the stock is going down, I will advise to better buy more of that stock to average down. As in, when I mean you are averaging down, you are bringing down your price to the barest minimum so that you can sell maybe as a 1 naira 35 kobo. Because if you buy more, the Excel sheet I'm sharing with you is going to be pretty manual. You enter your buy at the price you bought. If you want to further buy more at a particular price, it will show you how much your current cost price is, so you know when to exit. But if you leave it like that, it's at 1 naira 50 kobo, you bought at 1 naira 50 kobo, and it's going down, it's already on 1 naira 30 kobo. If you keep looking at it, before it will get to your price, to your weighted average price, and then to you making profits, might be a longer time. You just need to strategize, plan your portfolio, say, okay, the price has gone down to 1 naira. Okay, if I buy 30,000 units more, the further takes my price to 1 naira 35 kobo. So when it has 1 naira 40 kobo or 1 naira 50 kobo that I initially bought the first stock, I can sell and make some spread. So that's how you manage it technically. Psychologically, it is you that will bear it. Oh, I'm losing money. You don't need to panic. If you can hold. So at every point in time, to your own personal portfolio, make use of your idle fund. Don't use your rest money like me. If I had if I had lost my rent money, I don't know who would have paid for me. So plan your portfolio. When the prices are going down, you can further average down your prices to sell when it begins. There's no trend that lasts forever. If it's going down now, it will get to a point, it will start picking up.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma. So we have another question in the chat box from Kolade Adeniji. So he said, how fast does the stock markets or the stock adjust to new information, especially in Nigerian stock markets that is not really efficient, for instance, the release of financial results?
Like the speed of light. If you're a science student, you understand what I'm talking about. Like immediately. You know, when there's darkness in the room and you just put on the light, it fills the room immediately. That's exactly how it happens. It will begin to impact the market like immediately. Except people that are in the markets, they've not heard that information. But once there's an information out there, that information starts impacting the market. But good for us. Trading session is from 10 to 2:30. So whatever information you have gathered on day one, if it is after 2 o'clock, be reset before 10 o'clock to enter the market. If it is after 2:30, if it is before 10 o'clock, sit there in the market, be watching the market, let the market be watching you. It's immediately, it impacts the market immediately. And traders don't look, they look for information, they make researches so that they can advise their clients like almost immediately. So it's immediate.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much for that response. We have another question right here in the chat box. So someone asked, how do we use support and resistance levels to know when to buy, hold, or sell?
I didn't get that.
How do
When what?
we use support and resistance levels to know when to buy, hold, or sell?
That will be determined by your portfolio. You need to strategize your portfolio. If you look, then you also need to make some researches. If a particular stock is paying dividend, you know that after dividend payments, you will get the dividend. Price will go down. But within some few days, price will begin to move again. So it's your strategy that will help you know when to hold. If there are information about dividend, we will let you know that, oh, this particular stock is declaring dividend at so time. If you hold the particular units, hold it for this period so that you can get a dividend. And then immediately, if you want to exit so that you can preserve your capital, is good for you. If you also want to wait and factor, oh, if we receive dividend, this is how much we'll be expecting to add to your portfolio. All the strategy belong to you. We will also be here to support you. We will not leave you alone. But the first thing is, that's why it's a competition. We want you to make researches. I'm seeing another question pop up. Yes, that's why we said investor sentiment. I am responding to that question. Maybe let me finish with this person. So you need to strategize your portfolio, plan your portfolio, know when you want to hold, know when you want to buy, know when to exit. If you strategize properly, if you do your analysis, you know when to hold, when to buy, and when to sell.
Thank you very much for that response. We have another question from Gabriel. So I can see Abubakar's hand up. Please let me read this question before you ask your question. Someone asked, I was told that the Nigerian stock market doesn't necessarily follow technical analysis. I mean, their candlestick doesn't really give you an edge. I was told it's more of a fundamental analysis thing. How true is this, speaking from a seasoned trader's view?
Very true. Investor sentiment. I told you that can impact the market. I said it earlier. Trump will stay in his state, in his country, and make a statement. It will affect our markets. Oil price. You know what is happening to oil now? It will affect our market. Any statement, in fact, any news about the company's stock can impact the price of the stock. So it's not solely, that's why I said it is based on multiple factors. Demand and supply. Some traders can even go to the market and say, oh, I want to impact this price. I can as a trader, but I am a trader, I am a seasoned trader. My word is my bound. I have integrity. I don't go to the market and manipulate the market. I go to the market and do what I am supposed to do as a chartered broker. But you know, this world, there are a lot of people, there are some chartered broker. Everybody is a good person until you see them otherwise. Some traders will go to the market and say, oh, I'm holding this stock. I can increase the price. Because I am a trader, I know if I want to sell 100,000 units worth of a stock, I can move the price. I can move the price by a particular amount. So I will say, okay, let me just keep moving this price. And the market will close because it's based on algorithm. The market is based on algorithm. So they will close it based on demand and supply in the market. Yes, it's automated, but it is what you feed into the system that it will adjust and close the price on. So if demand is more than supply in the market, if I decide to say, oh, today I'm going to make the demand of access as a broker, I will go and distort that market. I will put access, I'll put it at 27 naira. It must close at 27 naira, and I will dump it on people. I will increase it by over time for 1 week, and I will dump it on people. It happens. Yes, the exchange, actually, there's a market control part on the exchange. They do their bit. Before they will analyze, the person has finished what he wants to do. And yes, they will get the person, but he has already gotten what he wants to get from the public, from the market. So it's not just based on technical fundamental analysis. It's based on some brokers' participation in the market. Some people go there to the market to manipulate the market, but I pledge I'm a good broker. My word is my bond.
Thank you very much, ma'am. My word is also my bond, man. So we have Abubakar's hand up. Abubakar, please ask your question before we move to the written questions.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ma. Thank you for the amazing section. Yeah, you were answering a question the other time, and you mentioned dividends and how company announce and give dividend. So I want to make confirmation about the dividend. Now, if they are to pay dividend to shareholders, so is it that the person must have held the stock for a particular amount of time, or they just pay it to their number of shareholders based on the number of shareholdings as at that time that dividend is declared, or
Okay.
the person must have held the shares for a particular amount of time before you can be eligible for the dividend. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So if you be how do I put the word now? If you be qualified to get dividend, you must have held the stock for a number of days at a particular point in time. They'll say shareholders holding stock till this date. That's the day they will close their books. Even if they announce it and it's not yet on that day, if you buy it before the date of qualification, you'll be due for dividend. But the window for announcement is usually short. So you must have held the stock for a particular number of days up until the qualification date. Is that clear?
Yes, very clear, ma. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Ma. So another question in the chat box, Ma. So someone asked, what may be the reasons of declining prices of crude oil shares when there is a shortage of crude oil in the global markets? Example is the Eternal PLC, in which the price declined last week, despite the ongoing war between Iran and USA Israel.
The prices are declining. It's clear. You know what is happening in the country. It's pretty clear. And you know how much you are buying fuel here, even here in Nigeria. You know how much you are buying fuel. So it's the impact of the Iran and the global what's it called, that is impacting the prices, and they are expending more costs on getting their stocks because that's their primary raw material. They are buying it expensive, so you don't expect their returns to be that more. So it's their stock price will definitely not go up. Eternal will go down. All stocks in oil-based stock won't do well at this time because they are expending more to get their stocks, and they are not selling it at a reasonable price to make a bogus profit, so to speak. Is that clear?
Thank you very much, Ma. So, Ma, we have another question in the chat box. Someone said, please, Ma, is it compulsory we use the stock recommended for us during the beginning of the competition, or we can choose based on our research, due diligence, and strategy?
We chose those stocks because we know they are liquid. We want you to trade those pre-approved stock. If you have your analysis, you can send it forward, because before we take this competition, we also sit down, make researches, analyze the stocks in the long term before we choose stocks for you to trade for the competition. So it's not just us taking the stocks from the blues. We actually sat down, we made some analysis, we had people in the room make suggestions, and the long-term analysis for us before we concluded on the stocks that were approved for the competition. So you have to trade within the stocks recommended. Is that clear?
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Oh, we still have more questions, Ma. So, Gabriel, please ask your question.
All right. Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for the organizers and producer and organizers of this competition. So, my question is that on that oil, the price of oil dropping and increasing. We know normally in Nigeria we don't really do much on outside production of crude oil. But like this Iran and the US, their fight is not supposed to be affecting our oil price because we actually Dangote produces oil here and everything. So I don't really know why will our price be like fluctuating with what they are doing outside there. Like you understand what I'm saying? We actually supply, we export. We don't necessarily import generally now that we have our own refinery. You understand?
Does he buy his crude from here?
Gabriel, can you
Huh?
hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
I can
me?
hear you. Yes, I can.
So in response to your question, if you look at the structure of ethanol oil and how the company operates, you observe that ethanol oil does not actually export crude oil, unlike a Dangote refinery that supplies crude internationally. So if you've been following the trend very well, you will observe that the demand for crude oil, especially from Nigeria, that is Dangote refinery, has increased significantly. You understand? And that is part of the reasons why you see the price of petrol and other produce from crude going up in Nigeria, because Dangote refinery is a privately owned firm, and the sole purpose of it is to like make profits. You understand? So ethanol oil does not export crude. If ethanol oil was exporting crude like Dangote refinery, there's a most likely chance that the price of ethanol oil on the stock market will go up, because if you observe the OPEC organization and oil producing other producing companies and countries, you observe that this work period they've been able to make significant profits beyond what they actually budgeted for. Example is Nigeria. The budget of 2026, which we pegged our crude oil price at $60 per barrel, and currently now I think it is selling around 90 or $100 per barrel. You understand? So companies exporting countries or firms exporting crude in this period, there's a most likely chance that their stock price will go up. But since ethanol oil does not export crude, it only sell, distribute locally in Nigeria. So it would not it would not significantly affect its price. But that does not mean that the demand for oil from ethanol is not increasing, because there's a high demand for petrol here in Nigeria. So I don't know if
Yes.
that explanation is all right.
Correct. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for that clarity. Other questions, please.
So thank you very much for that. Please, do we have any other questions? Anyone that needs clarity? Because you only get this session once, and there's an insight from a seasoned trader. So all questions you have to ask, she's right here on the call. So you have her here, and you still have her in your midst within the course of the group. So should in case you have other concerns relating to your trading, but she's not explicitly going to give you the strategy or guide you on the strategy on what to use for your trades. So she's just here to give you the heads up, guide you, and how you should go about your trades moving into the market cautiously. So please, in the absence of no questions, please, if your hands are not too busy again, please kindly give a virtual clap to the acting MD of River Securities Limited and the ED of River Securities. So let's thank her for the session. It was quite an impactful one. So thank you, Ma. We appreciate you for your awesome time giving out to the participant of the ESTC 4.0 edition. Omomo Messi, your question. Okay, let me give you a minute to take that, Omomo Messi. And that'll be the last question I'll be taking for today. Okay, Messi, please go ahead with your question. That'll be the last question I'll be taking for today. Hello, Momo Messi, we cannot hear you.
Sorry, sir, that was a mistake, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for that clarity. So thank you very much, Ma. So I would be passing out some set of information for us to run by. So we ruled out some deadlines about submission of letter of consent and the letter of recommendation. The turnout is extremely low. No one is communicating the challenges they are facing. No one is communicating why they haven't submitted. And it's not a good energy to start off the competition with. In as much as we keep sending the daily reminders, I noticed that the activity on those messages are very low. So please, tomorrow is the deadline. Communicate the challenges you're facing. Let's see how we can help out. Let's see how we can work out something for you to better submit these at the earliest convenience. So that's one. And also, we wrote out a deadline for the profile pictures to be sent, your professional profile pictures, which is needed for data intended use by our MCC team. We also need that as soon as possible. So look your best. It's just a photograph, just to upload and send the link. The turnout is also extremely very low. So, and I also want to believe that we are actually great minds here. So the ethics and rules governing the competition will soon drop. So there'll be penalties to people that flouts the rules. And also by then, I hope we don't get to hold us accountable to these things. But this is just the pre-rules phase. So please, we are expecting everyone to be fully adherent to any news that is required of your team member and your teammates to drop. And also, please, tomorrow's session is very key. I cannot overemphasize tomorrow's session. Tomorrow's session is a session that is needed by all team members. I mean, all team members. So it's the navigating the platform phase of the training, which will be the last phase. Would have everyone on call. It's also be a Q&A session for all the speakers we have that has attended the session. If they are not able to join, we'll have someone take those questions. And also it will be the time to pick your team name. Also, Adenike has communicated previously session in previous sessions that no team has a team name yet. So until we do these ballots in tomorrow's session, which will be after the session, so everyone will now be tagged with a team name endorsed by the Ever Securities team. So tomorrow's session is very crucial. So you need to attend. I cannot overemphasize that you need to attend tomorrow's session. No one would have to take these sessions again because there are video recordings of these sessions available. And if you feel the sessions are not doing justice and you still want to ask questions, tomorrow's session is actually for you. So you need to be available. You need to make out time, which is why you are not exceeding the band for this particular training so that you can go about your day and also we also go about our day. So with no further ado, thank you very much, man. So, ma, do you have any parting words for the participants before we wrap up today's session?
Just a reminder on capital preservation. Trading proper will start next week. Upper week, right? 6th is upper week.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Please strategize, draw your risk plan, draw your stop loss position, and I promise you will not regret doing that from the beginning. It's just to plan, ensure you can simulate your trades on an Excel. This is how I want it to go. Using prices. I wish you all the best in the upcoming competition. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, ma. So with that, that would be the end of today's session. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining once again. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the effort you take out to honor this particular session. So please do have a great day and enjoyable one. Thank you. Bye.